Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Haura Irdia Raihan and you can call me Haura. My name is 4412301079. Now I will read out the writing task 1. Writing task 1. The bar chart below describes some changes about the percentage of people were born in Australia and who were born outside Australia living in urban, rural, and town between 1995 and 2010. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make the comparison where relevant. My answer is the bar chart compares the percentage of people born in Australia and outside Australia living in cities, town and rural areas in 1995 and 2010. Overall, the proportion of people living in cities increased over the 15 years period for both groups, while the percentage of those residing in towns and rural areas declined. Additionally, a higher percentage of people born outside Australia live in cities compared to those born in Australia in both years. In 1995, about 50% of people born in Australia live in cities, whereas around 60% no, whereas around 60% of those born outside Australia resided in urban areas. Rural areas had a considerable percentage of the population, with about 30% of Australian-born individuals and approximately 40% of those born abroad. Towns had the smallest proportion at roughly 20% of Australian-born and around 10% of those born outside Australia. By 2010, the percentage of people living in cities had increased to around 65% for Australian-born individuals and about 80% for those born outside Australia. Meanwhile, the proportion of those residing in rural areas declined significantly, particularly for those born outside Australia, dropping to below 10%. The percentage of people living in towns also decreased slightly for both groups. The next is writing task 2. Rich countries often give money to poorer countries, but it does not solve properly. Therefore, developed countries should give other types of help to the poor countries rather than financial aid. To extent, do you agree or disagree? My answer is many developed countries provide financial aid to poorer nations, yet poverty remains a persistent issue. Some argue that instead of monetary assistance, wealthy countries should offer other forms of support. I largely agree with this perspective, as non-financial aid can often be more effective in addressing the root because of poverty. One key issue with financial aid is that does not always reach those who need it most. Corruption and mismanagement in receipt countries can lead to funds being siphoned off by government officials or used inefficiently. As a result, the intended benefit for the improved population are often not realized. Additionally, financial aid can create dependency, discouraging government from developing self-sustaining economic policies. Instead, developed national could provide more practical assistance, such as education and skill development programs. Investing in education can equip people with the necessary skills to secure better jobs, ultimately improving their standard of living. Similarly, vocational training can help individuals become self-reliant and contribute to economic growth. Another effective form of aid is technological and infrastructure support. Developed countries can assist poorer nations in building sustainable infrastructure such as clean water system, renewable energy sources, and efficient transportation network. Their improvement not only enhance living conditions but also promote economic development. Thank you.